Live chatters, Mad Hatters, we had some technical difficulties. Uh, Hopefully we're on right now. If not, I can always start over again. And welcome to your Depression Recovery Hour with Pastor Doug. Well, today is a beautiful sunny day in Portland, and looks like we're having a really, really good experience here. Hey, Jennifer, nice to see you. Kind of got off to a strange beginning here. Good afternoon, Danielle, Neema, Yop. So, just reminding you that it is Sunday, it is the 23rd of September, is the 24th of April. How's that for being better? We just had Earth Day 2 days ago. And it is time for the Depression Recovery Hour with Pastor Doug, aka Douglas George Bloch, because I was born on George Washington's birthday. Hey Jason, nice to see you yesterday. Jennifer, nice to see you. I tried an experiment yesterday with using a different kind of thumbnail to upload this video, important about when changing your thinking isn't enough. I don't like the results I got, so I'm going to republish it tomorrow. It's going to be under a new title. It's called When Changing Your Thinking Fails to Help You Find Relief, or something of that nature. When changing your thinking doesn't decrease your stress. Anyway, it'll be a new video with a different title, so maybe more people will see it. Yeah, I'm glad you liked the video. I'm going to republish it with a different thumbnail and a different title, but that gives more people to see it. Soul Seeker, nice to see you in Australia. So in this hour, we are here to answer all questions about mental health recovery. We are not giving advice, we are not treating, we are not diagnosing, but we are creating a community where each of you can help and support each other in your various recovery, phases of recovery. One my mom kept when we moved out, not my therapy cat, okay, Danielle, and you must have been referring to something else, and I'm not quite sure what. Frode Bonham, haven't seen you before. Nice to see you. May, hi from Ireland. I love Ireland. Do I want to go there? Oh, I lost my beloved dog just yesterday. Wow. I'm telling you, Bruce Bloch, we're still grieving about him. I'm sure everybody knows who Bruce is. But in case you don't, I'm going to show you a picture of him. Yes, cats and dogs really have an incredible effect on people's mental health. There's absolutely no question about it. I'm going to show you a picture of Bruce as soon as I can. See you all. Okay, we don't want shared albums. We just want albums, don't we? How about see you all there? There we are. Now we're getting somewhere. Okay, here he is, the great Himalayan cat, purebred, came to my house in 2014, just walked in, made himself at home. Became a therapy cat, sat in on my groups, and gave Joan a tremendous amount of joy. Bruce Bloch died on September 10th, 2021. I did a tribute video called Remembering Bruce, The Life of an Extraordinary Cat. And there he is. It hurts too badly? Well, don't watch the video yet, Amanda. Wait till you have some time. Your dog just died. Give it some time. Terry Murray from Vancouver Island, dragging myself out of bed these days. Just want to pull blankets from my head. Very inspired. Hi, Bruce. Bruce has passed away, unfortunately, Terry, but what can you do to help yourself get inspired? Oh, it's okay. Karen, the Buddhists say that everything that is born in time dies in time, right? Everything, even the redwoods, right? Even turtles that live, a couple hundred years. Nothing is permanent in this physical form. Do we agree? Online therapists, they're out there. BetterHelp and two places you can go to find counseling online: BetterHelp and Talkspace. Anyone more depressive after an EMDR session? Wow, that's not supposed to be the case. So talk to your therapist about it. EMDR is called an eye movement reprogramming deprocessing. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, finding a good therapist is tough, but it's worth it. So I'm don't usually make a huge pitch for money, but the the views, the 48-hour views on this channel have gone down from 12,000 to 3,000. In case if you don't know, in case you don't want to do the numbers, that's a 75% decrease of views and income. So I am now running in the red in terms of paying people to edit and to upload my videos. So there are 3 ways that you can help, and I'm going to write them up later. The first thing is really simple. Hit the like button. Every time you come on this live chat, every time you watch a video, hit the like button. That draws people. The second thing, of course, is the super chat, which is during these live chats, there's a little dollar sign down at the bottom of the screen. You click on it and you can give anything up 99 cents or more during this chat. And the third thing you can do to help this channel continue is do something really simple. A number of you have already done this, but go to patreon.com. This is a website that's been created originally to help you fund musicians, but now all artists, including videographers. And you can become a patron, a monthly, contributor like you do for your PBS station or your church or whatever. And the entrance amount is only $2 a month, which is definitely more than a Starbucks or anything else. So those are 3 ways that you can help to support this channel. Hit the like button, give a super chat during this video session, become a patron. Very simple, but if we get a lot of people giving a little money, we can continue to maybe get back to at least breaking even. John Grant, going through a lot lately, started a new medication a couple of weeks ago, not sure it's such trial and error. Yep. I had agitated depression 4 times, John Grant. You will get over it, but it is trial and error. And for your anxiety, I recommend hopping on a bike and climbing up a couple of hills. Words can inspire, otherwise known as Gem from the UK. Pet grief is something I've had a lot to do. To this day, hard to talk about my beloved lost animals. This is what I really learned in this ministry, this mental health ministry, is how much people get attached to their animals. Not just people with mental health disorders, but everybody. It's an amazing miracle what animals, especially pets, can do for us. EMDR did work. Yeah, it works for a lot of people. What does the baby computer call his father? Data. Not too bad. I'm going to actually take a picture of that. Data. Well, no, it doesn't work if you say it out loud because you have to actually see the word. Anybody have any puns I can use for my next video? Need help, Douglas? I've relapsed in depression, panicking. Okay, well, I'm really sorry to hear that, Rick. So maybe you could essentially call your therapist immediately and set up an emergency session. That's what I would do. To everyone's on live chat, I hope we all find comfort and peace we all seek. Let's hang on, guys. Nice thought. Anyway, $ at the bottom. Would love to have somebody start off and hit that little button. Katie Garner, I have such anxiety about starting new meds or switching meds. I ruminate about 24/7. Well, it is anxiety producing when you start a new medication. However, the rumination 24/7 is an overreaction. And Jason Clulo, I would say, perhaps our most consistent live chatter and certainly contributor, just contributed his normal 5 pounds. Thank you, Jason. I love your attitude about life. I know what you've gone through. I know how you're maintaining your mental health. So you are definitely a role model for all of us. And thank you for starting off the contributions this hour. You can overcome more than you think. Yeah, I just did a video called You're More Resourceful Than You Think. Same idea. Knock, knock. Who's there? Cat? Cat who? Cat. Didn't get it. To the person who stole my depression medicine, I hope you are funny now. Use that to start off. Okay, my anxiety hit me out of nowhere. That often happens that way. Bill McMatt, thank you for doing this, Douglas. You're welcome. How could I be consistent with me taking my medication? I don't like taking them. Well, you just have to put them in a pill box and just make a, whoops, Daisy. Sorry about that. Just make it, what do you call it? Make a promise you'll do it. And if you start to waver back and forth, go talk to your psychiatrist and have him or her give you some moral support. If you're going to take psychiatric medication, you have to take it as prescribed. Otherwise, it's not even worth it doing it. Lagai 1399, love you also. Lisa from Alberta, like Jason, a regular patron or a regular super chatter and a regular, what's the word? Member of this live chat, yes. Thank you, Lisa, as always. One day we will meet at Glacier Park. Steve Culver, this morning I meant to get something when I was shopping. I forgot it and have been bothered by it all day. Well, we all forget things, especially if we're dealing with depression or anxiety. So try to forgive yourself. I don't know about you, but depression tends to come in cycles for me. To remind yourself, this too shall pass. It comes in cycles for everyone. Kelly Burns from Texas. Hey, Joan. I gotta have my banana. It takes a lot of energy to keep talking nonstop for an hour. This is the Depression Recovery Hour. We are 17 minutes into it. Sorry I got started late. I had some software problems. This is Douglas Bloch, mental health educator. I've been doing this since 1997, a quarter century since I came over. I was healed miraculously from a major depression, a major breakdown, and I wrote about it in a book called When Going Through Hell Don't Stop, A Survivor's Guide to Overcoming Anxiety and Clinical Depression, now on audible.com. And really, I'm so proud of this book. Whoopsie daisy. I'm so proud of this book. It's absolutely, something that came out of me, was channeled from me, and it's helped a lot of people. It's also on Audible. I'm grateful for these videos. Thank you. You've been struggling. I've been struggling for many years. You helped me. Well, thank you, Karen. My first girlfriend was named Karen. Her name was Karen Encherman. I was 6 and she was 6. We were in kindergarten together, and we just, were supportive. She wasn't, of course, my girlfriend. We were 6, but I always remember Karen Encherman. Do you think walking 5 hours would help depression? Yeah, as long as you don't faint. Do you have 5 hours? Why not run for 40 minutes? They'll probably do the same thing. I bet that's Jennifer. Just from a little snapshot of her profile. Thank you, Jennifer, for your contribution of $9.99. Really appreciate it. What part of America do you live in? And you get to ask any question you want because you are a super chatter and you go to the top of the line. Thank you. This is Marius, I'm sure. Hello 999. What is your best tip for overcoming a heartbreak? I knew things because it was toxic, but I can't avoid seeing her because of friends. Breaking up is hard to do, said Neil Sedaka in 1961, a great singer, and a broken heart is also an open heart, so breaking up opens you to compassion and spirituality, but it is really, really, relationship loss is the #1 cause of depression. I did 2 videos on it. It sent me into the hospital 4 times. So I have found there are 2 things. Try to avoid seeing the person as best you can, and #2, just give it some time. And #3, go talk to a good counselor or a good friend and have them help you process your grief. But the only cure for a broken heart that I've seen is time itself. So in 1981, 40 years ago, my current wife, we weren't legally married, had an affair with somebody else that I introduced her to, of course. I was so broken I had to go in the hospital and live with my parents for a year. That's how much it affected me. And yet now, 40 years later, we exchange birthday greetings, and she helped me find a rabbi when my mother died in Florida, and we have a great relationship, right? So the broken heart in 1981, the paused relationship in 2021. That's 40 years, but we've been healing probably since about 5 years afterwards. So you can get over these things, but there's no quick way that I have found. If anybody else has any ideas or any experience about how you get over a breakup, let us know, because it's difficult, but time is the great healer. Matter of fact, I'm going to I'm actually going to write that down. I mean, it's, cliches are cliches because they're true, right? Time is the great healer. Would everybody agree with that? It's been my experience. All right. Anyone tried agoletine for anxiety leading to depression? Have never heard of that medication. We have 50 people. Let's try to get up to 70. If you hit the like button, that would be a big help. Julie Nelson, always good to see you. Yes, my pleasure. I announced earlier that I'm trying to raise some extra money. The super chat, the like button, and also Patreon. Sounds like anxiety. Have you seen a doctor? Says Jason to Stephen. Have you heard of Gary Weber? No, I have not. You need to do the Joan and Douglas hour. That's great. Joan is very, very shy, but Noah Thomas, who I used to do videos with on a regular basis, I keep asking him, and he doesn't get back to me. And he's, of course, a great videographer. And there's, is that Kelly Burns with a $20 donation? God bless you. How many psychologists does it take to change a light bulb? Only one, but the light bulb has to want to change. That's an old one, but it's an oldie but a goodie. I heard it, the light bulb really has to want to change. But yeah, I'm going to use that on my next video. I mean, it's an oldie but goodie, but I think it's great. It's a great pun. So let's take a picture of it. Thank you for your donation. Very, very generous. I appreciate everybody. As I said earlier, I'm now running in a deficit with these videos because of the 75% drop in viewers. So again, anything you can do, even let people know about this channel. I mean, the content remains high quality, I know that, but because of all the comments I get. Oh my God, an affair, that's friggin' horrible to come to terms with. Glad time is healed. Yeah, well, my nephew, Joan's nephew, his best friend had an affair with his wife, and 5 years later, the two of them are getting married. How's that? Much more difficult than what I went through. Knock, knock. Who's there? Knock, knock. I'm at the door. Yes. Jennifer, thank you for being here, as always. You're in Overland Park, Kansas. Oh, isn't Overland Park where, God, isn't that, there was a very incredible Unity Church there that I went to. Oh my God, yes. Is that near the University of Kansas, I think? Is that a college town? I know there was a great Unity Church. I'm trauma bonded to my ex. Well, tell me what trauma bonding means. That would be good to know. I kind of know what it means. Don't know why breathing exercise and mindfulness help in CBD. Absolutely. So hello, 99.999. Thank you for your €5 donation. And did my answer help you? Hey, Joan, when you have a chance, could you bring a banana into the front room? Just take your time, no rush. All right. Let's see how many people we have watching right now. 48. Well, that's okay, but we can do a lot better. Again, Rick M. When there is help, there is hope. I hope I get out of this depression. Please pray for me. I don't want to go out like my mother. You are not going to go out like your mother. Your mother is an example of what not to do, right? When my therapist died by suicide in 1997 in May, and Joan took me for a walk around the block to tell me, didn't go to day treatment, and she said, someone close to you has died. I guessed and guessed. I couldn't figure it out. When she told me, I said immediately, the first thing that came into my brain, this is an example of what not to do, right? So you look at your mother's example and you say, okay, that's the avenue she took to end her suffering, but that's not for me. Rick, you've been depressed before and you've come out of it, you're going to come out of it again. The two keys are, one, remember this too shall pass, And the second key, reach out for support. Okay. All right. Do you think making yourself cry to feel all the pain is helpful? Do you just need to man up at one point and move on? Because of the phrase, you need to feel to heal, but at some point move on. Yeah, but you can't rush the moving on. It has to happen organically. And of course, I don't know if you can make yourself cry, but crying releases stress hormones, so crying is a good way to express grief. So I don't know if making yourself cry is, is the right answer, but crying is good. Lazy Eye Ranch, forgot what day it was. Nice to see you, Lazy. Tomorrow I'm going for blood work and then see my psychiatrist. Thanks, Douglas. Rick M., you did it before, you can do it again. That's your mantra. Disobedient Space Well. Oh my God, a blast from the past. It's so good to see you. So here's the mantra for Rick N. I got through this before. I can recover. Just sending you some good energy. Can someone tell us how what our viewership is right now? My computer says 33. That's impossible. Kelly Burns, I agree 100%. Deep breathing, meditation, being mindful is huge for keeping my peace. It's highly underrated, but it only works if we do it. Absolutely. All right. How are your ravens doing, Lazy Eye Ranch? How is it still living in the boondocks? Meeting nice people lately? Yes, Stephen, when anxiety explodes, it's a terrible thing. 56, 55? Thank you. Wow. Brett Mahoney, $100 contribution. Thank you for all your help, Douglas. I've been waiting almost 3 years to send it. Thanks to you. You could have not done so at a better time, Brett. Yeah, thinking about how I was going to pay the videographer, and you stepped up to the plate, made a big difference. And we haven't even seen you here before. I mean, you haven't asked any questions. For that donation, you can get the next 5 minutes of my attention. Thank you. Where do you live, and have you been a regular watcher of these videos? Anyway, your contribution is completely awesome, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart. I think the other live chatters thank you too, because you're making it possible for us to continue to doing what we're doing. Holy cow! Yes, that's it. Been watching for 3 years. I came through a hellish clinical depression for 9 months. Back in 2019-22 was my first time experiencing depression at the age of 30. Well, good for you. And life begins after 30. When you cross that link, you're out of your childhood into your adulthood. So what have you been up to in terms of your work, your life? You don't have to tell us everything, but I just wanted to get a sense of where you are right now, because again, this is by far the biggest. I've been doing this since June of 2017, coming up on our 5th year anniversary, and this is by far the biggest contribution. You deserve a plaque. DMC, I was on different SSRIs but had terrible heart palpitations, was put on agomelatine. Oh my God almighty, sorry about that. I'm going to go ahead and send this guy a custom message. D. Noble Douglas, I thought you were going to have a day off today. To be happy is rare. Anything precious like happiness and diamonds is rare. I've been perpetually depressed by varying degrees for decades. So, have you been happy recently? Have you had a moment of joy? I went on a bike ride with a good friend of mine, and another friend popped in and joined us at the rest stop at Kelly Point. It was 67 degrees. We sat down and for 30 minutes had a beautiful experience together, talking, sharing. That was happiness. So even if you have happiness for a few moments every day, that's that's enough. Yes. So Brett, thank you, thank you, thank you. Fire mostly for Shakira, Shakira. Right. That's my ringtone. I love that song. Hello. I have a very bad FOMO. Any tips? I'd love to give some tips. I don't know what FOMO means. Hello. Let me know. $2 donation. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Or €2 donation. D Noble, I don't know it. For me, this too shall pass. I don't know if it will ever pass. Well, of course you can't know. I don't have the strength to live in the future. Yeah, I said that myself. But here's the deal. D Noble, you have the strength to get through the day. I want you to repeat that. I want you to repeat that affirmation. I want you to really repeat it. I have the strength to get through the day. 61. This is great. Thank you so much for hitting that like button. 9 more, we get to 70, which is a really, really, really big thing for us. Oh, fiery, but mostly friendly. Edward Steiner, thank you for your donation. Thank you, Brett, for your generous contribution. Really generous. Here's a joke. Singing in the shower is all fun and games until you get shampoo in your mouth. Then it becomes a soap opera. That was so contrived. What do you guys think of that joke? I might borrow it. Every time I see a good joke, I take a picture of it. I have the strength to get through the day. Acknowledged. And that's all you need to worry about. That's it. Thank you for supporting Douglas and all his followers. Yes, Brett, again, incredible. That butterfly quote, fear of missing out. And fear of missing out on what? Hallow 999. And €2 is great. I mean, come on. It's the thought that counts. Katie Gonner, yes, I've been on Lamictal for 5 years. It's a very good medication for me. I'll have to really, should I go to a psychiatrist? Said my doctor, absolutely DMC. Look, your psychiatrist spends all day reading journal articles on medications. That's his specialty. But in addition to that, you can go to somebody who's even just as good. And thank you for your €99 donation, DMC. Really appreciate it. Fear of missing out. Yes, well, I just learned about that. Thank you, Derek. Thank you all for helping us out here. As I said, I was wondering how I was going to pay for this week's upcoming video. And by the way, the upcoming video, what's the best medication for OCD? There's lots of them out there. I have had, my friends have told me they had good luck on, well, it's such a good medication, I can't remember it. Let me see if I can. Oh, yeah. The medication people have tried for OCD has been Luvox. I'm not recommending it. I'm just telling you what people have used. Restful sleep tea from Yogi Tea containing skullcat and beryllium root has easily helped me with my extreme anxiety. Well, good. Those are relaxing herbs. Well, you do your best answering everybody questions. Well, I do. And I will answer all of them if I can keep up with them. Thank you all of you who have contributed. It means a lot to me. I want us to hit, my other big thing is I want us to hit 70 views. I only see 38, but there must be more than that. Vrylar, I've heard of that. I don't know what it is. Thank you, Edward. Thank you, DMC. What does that stands for? No, that's DMZ is Demilitarized Zone. Thank you, Edward. Thank you, Life on Two Wheels. I appreciate it. Didn't even see that contribution. Thank you, Brett. Just incredible. What part of the country do you live in? I just like to know where people are. It just makes me feel like this is a universal or national, international thing we're doing. All right, corny jokes for the win. Yeah, should I go look that up, guys? Do people know what that is? I'll look it up on Google. Google. Okay, it's AGOMEL Agomela. Here it is. Let's see what it is. A first in-class antidepressant for major depression. Acts as an agonist to the melatonin receptors MT1, MT2. Agonist of the serotonin receptor. I have no idea what that means, but it's a new antidepressant, and I don't know when it came out, but there you have it. You learn something new every day. So who's taking it, and is it helping? That's what I like to know. All right, Damian Lopez, always good to see you. Thank you so much for being here. I love it when you comment on my videos. Derek 032789. Does that mean you were born on March 27th, 1989? You're the same age as my goddaughter and my nephew. I visited Portland a few years ago. I really enjoyed Pal's Bookstore. It's the best bookstore in the world. Japanese gardens, the Oregon coast is very lovely. Absolutely, that's why I've lived here since 1983. I tried to go off Valdoxan that works on melatonin, but it's horrendous to try to wean off, so I have to stand it. Don't know what that medication is. Good to see you always, Damien. Jason Clue, I'm addicted to brake fluid, but don't worry, I can stop at any time. Yes, you gave me that joke years ago. It's still good. Hey, Amanda, Austin, Texas, a really great place. Austin City Liberals, capital of Texas, quite liberal, and the birthplace of Whole Foods. Brett, you're in Queens. Yay, Brett Mahoney. Guess what, Brett? I was born in Queens, Flushing. I grew up in Queens. So, a New Yorker. You're a New Yorker. Are you still living there, or like me, did you escape to the West Coast? I'm very familiar with Queens. I used to take the train to New York City, change to Jamaica in Queens. Yes, yes, yes. My nephew lives in Queens. Well, see, Sherlock Bloch figured that out. Anyway, you're in Aries. Good sign to be the pioneer. I'm in Jackson Heights. Oh my God, isn't that funny? Well, hey, when I visit my brother in New York, let me know. I'll look you up. May holy God bless everyone. Absolutely. Hey, Leon McGowan from Buffalo, New York, right? God, what did you do? I think you eschewed all drugs and still got better. How are the Buffalo Bills doing? Oh, it's it's springtime. So, Leanne, I remember you. Wow, you are definitely an old timer. This is the Depression Recovery Channel, brought to you from Portland, Oregon, on April 24th, 2022. I think we might have set a record for donations. As I said at the beginning, 12,000 views every 2 months to every 48 hours to 3,000. Yeah, it's been brutal, and I'm not quite sure what to do about it, except as long as I can, afford to be on YouTube, I'm going to keep doing these live chats. All right, more comments. Oh, wife and 2 daughters, lovely, Brett. So you must be probably at least in your 30s. Anyway, how do you like Jackson Heights? Been around for a long time, has a lot of history. Are you a Yankees fan or a Mets fan? You're still on pills. I was diagnosed with bipolar 2. Well, same with me, Leanne. What are you on? I'm on Lamictal and something called Seroquel. Be curious to compare meds. Do you suffer any personality disorders, Douglas? No, I haven't. At one point I had a dependency personality disorder, but I think I've outgrown that. 69, one more 70. Someone hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button at the same time. We can get up to 70 people. That would be absolutely beyond awesome. So yeah, no, I don't have any personality disorders, but a lot of people I know do. They can be tough. Kelly Burns, I was on SSRIs most of my life, but it was only the last few years that they started causing heart palpitations. With my doctor's help, I weaned myself off. Now I take Lamictal and buspirone, which is an anti-anxiety medication that is not addictive. Good for you, Kelly. All right, I'm on Abilify and Lexapro. Well, Lexapro is an antidepressant, and Abilify is a mood stabilizer. We love Jackson Heights, love the food, diversity, and parks. Wow. I have to go visit there. It's been so long. Where is it in terms of Flushing, Brett? And Forest Hills. Yeah, my cousin grew up in Forest Hills. Yeah, some really nice things over there. Do you think I should tell a potential person dating me about my past with suicidality? Well, that's a tough one. Probably not on the first date. I remember I had a first date, a very attractive woman. She said, I'm Rachel. I said, hey, my name is Douglas Bloch and I'm mentally ill. She said, what? I said, my name is Douglas Bloch. I'm mentally ill. Didn't you hear me? Oh, where'd you go, Rachel? Yeah, probably not a good way to start off a date. By the way, you should never say I'm mentally ill. You should say I have a mental illness or mental health disorder, right? Because anything you put after I am becomes your essence. You are not depressed. No, who you are is much more than depression. You're a child of the universe. You're a holy being. That's who you are, and you have a condition called depression. I know someone who basically attributes his whole recovery to the fact he stopped saying I'm depressed and he started saying I have a depression. So do you see the difference? It's huge in terms of what it's telling you inside, in terms of your subconscious mind. It's very, very, very powerful to separate your essence from your condition, right? Armand Dakoli, hello dear, good to see you. Nice to see you. Jennifer Renner, okay, do you want to stay here? And what did Jennifer say? All right. Thank you, Brett. I mean, I'm gonna tell my nephew to visit. I think lives really close to you. Anyone find a remedy for dysthymia symptoms? Psychotherapy, and also exercise. And I did have a chart here, which I can't find. Well, here it is, right here. So this is what helps dysthymia. Self-care activities to improve your mood, including medication, yoga, running, social support, spirituality, structure, routine, relaxation, you name it. 45 things. If you provide me with your email address, I will send you this chart. It is very, 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 very helpful. And you can send me your email, douglasbloch@gmail.com. Just simply ask for the self-care recovery chart. I'll be glad to send it to you. I'm 43, never had a girlfriend, which is part of depression. Yeah, I guess it would be. Do you know why that's the case? I'm sure you're a delightful human being. Maybe you have a counselor, you can talk about that. All right, we have 70 people. Did we hit 70? Do other people see that? That's wonderful. Jason Kulo, I like a lot of different things. Watch alcohol intake, take meds, exercise, and watch my diet. Well, those are 4 things. Valdoxin works on melatonin receptors, which helps you sleep and increase serotonin. It's supposed to be better than SSRIs. I am sick of being a recluse because it gets very lonely. Yes, it does. We're social animals. 73 people, thank you. Let's get 80. Wouldn't that be great? Hit the like button. Schizoid personality disorder, I know what it is. These are human beings too. They are not their schizoidness. Douglas, you are at best in an angelic, and I don't blame you. I don't know what that means, but I'm glad you used that word. A beautiful day, sunflower girl. Yes, right. They that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. Right. You know that famous quote from Isaiah. They shall walk and not be weary. They shall run and not faint. I love. They will rise up with wings as eagles. I love that quote. I know you're a student of the Bible. I'm sure you must have heard of that quotation. It was at the central part of a great film called, oh, come on. It was the running field. And help me, somebody remember. Vangelis had the music. Someone tell me that film. Why can't I remember it? I've seen it like 5 times. It's the film about the Olympics, the 24 Olympics. Rabbi Shankar, nice to see you. Haven't been here for a while. Patience is the key to recovery. Douglas has done a great job. Thank you, Armin. Nice to see you. It's getting hard to get professional help where when you're poor and only have Medicaid. That is true. Free resources here, few resources. A large homeless population that's growing daily. Wow. Jack Henry from Alberta, who's written me, a little late is for a long walk on a beautiful day. Sure helps the mind, walking in nature. Yes. Chariots of Fire. Damn it, that's the name of that film. And that's where that famous quotation came from. Highly recommend you watch that film if you want inspiration. Armin says, last week I thought I needed another round of meds after a while for intrusive thoughts and OCD, but I listened to your suggestions. I forced myself to exercise, not doing compulsions. I'm good now. Excellent. 78 people. Can we hit 80? Hit those like buttons. We start out really slowly and we're like an exponential curve. We still have 13 minutes to get there. All right. So I'm going to do a video called Depression, What Actually Works. And it's based on a book called Back from the Brink. I wonder if you've ever heard of it. It's a great book where this guy interviews very famous people to see what they did to get out of their depression, including John Kennedy's nephew. And I want to give a shout out because the guy, Graham Cowan, is Australian. I don't know if anybody from Australia is on this chat, but that is a great book. It's called Back from the Brink. And it talks about all the strategies that work. And guess what? Everything that he talks about in this book is on this chart. So I'm going to give him a call and offer to send him this chart. I think he'd really appreciate it because he has definitely done his homework. The book, again, is called Back from the Brink. Nobody loves you when you're down and out. Oh yeah, that's a great blues song. Absolutely. Well, that's not true. I would not be here if people didn't love me. So I guess I'm very, very lucky. Jorge Arias. Did I pronounce your names right? First time on the live chat. I've had OCD all my life. Then I fell into deep depression back in 2014. And how are you doing now? I was put on a low dose of Trileptal, which was recommended for me. Olivia Cardina, nice to see you. Oh, listening to heavy metal helped you with your depression? Well, guess what? Edward Steiner left a great joke about that. There's a windmill farm, and the two windmills are spinning like this. One says to the other, what's your favorite music? And the other windmill says, I'm a heavy metal fan. I'm a heavy metal fan. Well, I guess you'd appreciate that, man, that pun. A lot of people don't know what heavy metal music is. Jennifer H. Oh, with your sunglasses and your running, I haven't been on lately because I've been busy enjoying my remission from depression. Got back on my bike yesterday after a very long winter here. What city do you live in? And it's nice to see you. Yes, I just got on my bike yesterday. But I have a new electric bike. Let me see if I can show you something. Okay, let's go to my... Here's Finn. Okay. Yeah, this is not it. Well, maybe I can't show it to you. I was going to show you a map of the ride I did yesterday. Let me try one more time. It's hard to see this. Oh, God. You see that little diagram? It's really tiny. It shows what happens when you rode out to the Willamette River and the Columbia River and then came back. It's a Kelly Point ride. You can see how long it took, how many miles. 25.6 miles. Anyway, I still find exercise is the best way to alleviate depression. And I know who that is with a TP. That is Jorge Arias, $20. Thank you so much. Wow. You know, it's the idea of, we're down to 63. Oh well, maybe we can get back to 76. At the beginning of this live chat, I asked for some extra financial support, and you guys responded in kind. Thank you. A couple more weeks of this, and we can actually, you know, end up getting back into the black. Armand says to Christina, you are going to make it. Just do not value negativity with your compulsions and reactions. Your brain will learn after a couple of weeks. I got on my bike yesterday, Shondell. Yeah, Can't beat that with a stick. Words are so powerful in how we define a reality. I so agree. Yes, don't say I am depressed or I am mentally ill. Say I have a depression. People have loved me when I was down and out. It sucked because my mind was lying to me the whole time. Thank God I'm on the other side. Yes, depression lies about the future. You don't want to be on drugs because you're afraid you'll damage the liver. Well, that depends on the drug. If you're on something called, for your feet, athlete's feet, there's something you take internally, it will mess up your liver. But I don't think any antidepressants do, or you should look at the side effects. I guarantee you, not all antidepressants will damage your liver. Lamisil does, but that's not an antidepressant. You know, folks, just do not water the plant of negativity by reacting to them. Well, that's good. You need to imagine a river in front of you that carries all the things you do not need. After a couple of weeks, healing will. Yes, well, it's like when you have intrusive thoughts, you just watch them go by like leaves going down a river, or you watch them go by like clouds flying overhead. One of the best ways to deal with intrusive thoughts is simply to be mindful and just observe them without pushing them, grabbing onto them, or pushing them away. You don't want to push them away, you don't want to grab onto them, you just observe them. The homelessness in such a rich country, I know, should not be the case. Then you have people like Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos spending billions of dollars on spaceships. The problem has always been not the amount of money, but the distribution. Anyone ever hear of Joni Mitchell from Canada, Saskatoon, Saskatchewan? Of course you have. She wrote a beautiful song called The Banquet. And she said, some get the gravy, some get the gristle, some get nothing at all, though there's plenty to share. Joni Mitchell is the best lyricist in the history of popular music, in my opinion. Or damn near close to the top. We're down to 53. What is going on here? Don't know. It's good to see my boy, Douglas Bloch. You've changed my life. I will watch your live streams as long as you do them. Well, thank you, Shondell. And what part of the world do you live in? So that's what Joni Mitchell said. Some get the gravy, some get the gristle, some get nothing at all, though there's plenty to share. So it is about distribution. How is the depression these days, Douglas? It's okay. I have money invested in stocks and bonds. The financial markets have been absolutely crazy, so it's thrown off my equanimity. But I have to remember that I am not my financial statement, right? But there's a lot of the Ukraine war. How can anybody watch the Ukraine war and not get terribly, terribly distressed? So if you're paying attention, you're going to get depressed by world events. But we still have to do what we can to help ourselves feel better, and also to give to relief agencies that are helping those poor refugees. Big Yellow Taxi, yep. TMS is transcranial magnetic stimulation. It's a mechanism where they do electrical currents. They use magnets to stimulate weak electrical currents in the left prefrontal cortex, which is the seat of happiness, to try to get the antidepressant juices going. It's been around for about 10 years, actually more than that, 20 years. It's been certified by the FDA, and a lot of people do it, here in America anyway. All help I get from a doctor was only over the phone and very weird and unsuitable. I think the medics are depressed themselves, says 700 Moons. Thanks for being a mentor. I love your name, Junk Junk. Okay, 700 Moons Jason wants to know about how old he is. Following the 5 strategies of Doug Moons. Okay, what are the 5 strategies of Doug Moons? I didn't know I had a moon around me. Even Albert Einstein had to pull himself out of a deep depression to do his work. We're in great company. Oh, come on. Winston Churchill, Albert Einstein, Eleanor Roosevelt, Abraham Lincoln, Michael Dukakis' wife, you name it. Depression affects everybody, even the rich and famous. Ravi Shankar, I won't say that TMS is the last resort. It is, ECT is the last resort. It's not an invasive procedure. No, you're absolutely wrong. They just have a magnet going around your head. Nothing's being invaded. A beautiful day to be alive. And there is Ann C., who should know. At 85 years old, Ann C. is my aging mentor. I'm 73. It seems like I'm an old man. But 85 seems like a very old man or a very old woman, and yet look at Ann C. A beautiful day to be alive. I want to say that when I'm 85, my friend. So you give everybody here your tips about how you're doing it. It won't let you super chat? Okay, Shondell, no problem. Just go to paypal.com and make a donation to this channel. And you can use my address, my PayPal address is my email. bouglasbloch@gmail.com. So that's how you use PayPal. And C, the mentor of aging. Yes, you're right. I cannot see too much of Ukraine's suffering. Find something positive that helps. Life is good. But you know what? Martin Luther King Jr. once said, injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. So we can't turn our backs on what's going on in Ukraine or the other wars around the world, all the suffering, all the refugees, all the homelessness. It's all because human beings, are doing it. We can't blame God. We can't blame any external forces. We have only ourselves to blame. So human beings have a lot of growing up to do, right? But there's still a lot of beauty and a lot of wonderful people here. There's a lot of non-government organizations, NGOs that are helping so much. So if you have a few extra shekels, contribute to, Mercy Corps, which here in Portland, or Oxfam, or all these other organizations that are out there trying to alleviate suffering. Dwayne Johnson, Katie Prairie, John Landy, Gaga, right, Michael Phelps, Kristen Bell Bruce, Brinstring, Gwyneth Paltrow, Ashley Judd, Amy Judd, Ryan Phillips, J.K. Rowling. Yes, so many people. Best to use your phone to super chat, TMC says. Okay, so I guess if you're listening to this on your phone, it's easier to do the super chat and give some money. Thank you. Christina, I have the same social anxiety and family trauma. My mother was the one with the mental illness, undiagnosed, paranoid, delusional disorder, I believe. Yeah. So next week, not this, but we're going to do a video, actually next week, on complex PTSD. Either this coming Saturday or night Saturday. Yes, smash that like button. Oh, we went from 75 to 50. Oh well. Hello from Switzerland. I've always wanted to, visit. By the way, Jean Christopher Collins. I don't know much about Switzerland, Jean or Jean, but the flag is a big plus. What do you think of that? Don't know much about Switzerland, but the flag is a big plus. Let me know if you get that pun. Of course you do. You live there. 72 now? All right. We won't hit 80 today. It's only 1 minute left, but we're probably the Red Cross. Yeah, they're a good organization to donate to. Absolutely. Yes, DMC, family trauma is incredibly prevalent. And yes, Jordan Peterson suffers from depression. He's been very open about it. Why every time I think to get off the medicine, I fall momo? Because maybe the medicine is doing you some good, right? Better living through chemistry. All right, it is now 1 o'clock, but I got a late start, so I can essentially do some more. But my doctor says because I had surgery, I'm supposed to get up every 20 minutes. I've been sitting here for almost an hour. So I'm going to stand up, and then I'm going to sit down, and then we'll go another 5 minutes. Again, this is the Douglas Bloch Depression Recovery Radio Hour, or Depression Recovery Hour, YouTube hour, video hour. Every Sunday, noon Pacific time. I can tell you right now that we have broken the record today for amount of super chat donations. A special call out to a wonderful, I'll call him the YouTube benefactor. Yes, Brett Mahoney from Jackson Heights with his wife and 2 children, born in the Queens. $100 donation 3 years. It was worth the wait, Brett, and you're welcome back anytime. And if you want to get a copy of the thing I'm most proud of in my whole life, which is this book, I have this on ebook, sells for like $7 on Amazon, but I'm going to send it to you for free. Just email me, douglasblog@gmail.com. You at least deserve this for your contribution. And if you want to become a patron and do littler donations on a monthly basis, you can go to patreon.com. All right. Thank you again for your extremely generous contribution. Any final comments or questions? I got to stand up, guys. Oh my goodness. Oh. Hey, everybody. Man, oh man, oh man. Did I have the struggle with social anxiety while being a school teacher? Yes. It was the anxiety of being hit by an eraser. I only lasted 3 years. Then I became a private tutor, much better fit for me. Glad that Puma has left you alone, Lazy Eye Ranch. You're a loner? Wow, I wouldn't know it. You're so helpful, Jason. You have so many good things to offer people. I hope you reach out and touch more people in the UK. Bullied in school in your formative years does terrible damage. Also, some genetic flaw seems to stop you getting over it. Yes, bullying is horrible. Didn't have that when I was growing up. Magnesium supplements and vitamin D, very good. You already own that book and read that book and you own it. Well, what else? What about Words That Heal? Do you have that? Brett, go to douglasbloch.com. And let me know if there's anything on that website that you want me to send you. Anna Solomon, nice to see you. Do I struggle with loneliness? I did in college. It was the most unhappy time in my life. Moved away from home before I should have, very lonely. But once I moved to Oregon, I started to make friends, and I've been very fortunate that I've been surrounded by very good people, especially after I got married to Joan in 1984. So I've been very blessed. Loneliness is a terrible thing, and I know from my own personal experience. Dee, I have intrusive thoughts telling me I've failed at life because of poor planning. Just heard my dad saying that's exactly what's wrong with me, making fun of me, crying. That hurt me. Any advice for development? Well, if your dad makes fun of you, tell him in your mind, I'm not going to take that on. You are doing the best you can. If you've done poor planning, go see somebody to help you organize, right? We are not perfect. We are flawed people, right? No one's perfect, and, forgiving yourself, being kind to yourself, self-compassion is the way to go. And if anybody criticizing you, you just basically said it in your mind, I'm not going to take that on. That's their problem, not mine. Well, it is 1:04. Do we have any final super chat donations before we leave? Again, you can do that for the next 5 minutes. You'll be on the air even after I sign off. And again, thank you for all the contributors, especially the patron saint of YouTube or this channel, Brett Mahoney, but also to all the other people, the regular contributors, Jason and Jason and Lagai and all the other people, Jennifer, who have essentially contributed. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, never give up on yourself. I like that. So, Christina, £5 manifesting financial abundance for you. You deserve it. Thank you. That's exactly what I wanted to hear, because I was extremely down on Friday. Group effort, how did Google takes about 33% of that, but it's still a good day. Thank you so much. Yeah, isn't that funny? They take a third. Boy, that's pretty greedy. I think more than 15% commission is what my literary agent gets, but still, I'll take 2/3 of 253 any day. Joy and healing and hope to us all. Thank you, Kelly Burns, for keeping track. Everyone have a great week. Amanda, I'm with you as long as you need me. Of all the things I've ever lost, I think I miss my mind the most. Now that, Lazy Eye Ranch, is worth. That's worth it. I'm gonna repeat that. That's a great. I don't think it's a pun, but I also think. Oh, it looks like I got a PayPal donation from somebody. $50. Wow. Shondell, thank you very much. Yeah, if you send me PayPal, YouTube can't take anything out. So yeah, maybe I'll mention that last time. Yes, but I just got a PayPal donation from Shondell. Thank you for $50, and that's all kept by me. So maybe I'll start asking you to pay by PayPal. Peace of mind to all. Yes, well, I pay my videographers $300 a month, which is nothing, but I'm only making it that much on YouTube. So, but this will definitely help for the next couple of weeks. Thank you. Mike Sabinski, hello, sir. I have too many dachshunds have died, and also the COVID-19. I also did work for Kroger for 15 years. I had to quit. Any info about what I can do? Well, Mike, here in Oregon, COVID is getting less. All the restrictions, face masks are gone. People are hiring again. So I would say go back to Kroger. This is a good company. Try working again. Things are changing as the COVID starts to recede in the background. You'll have more. As far as your dachshunds, I'm still grieving Bruce. That's going to take some time for you to heal, but try going back to work. There are more opportunities now than there have been. And you're from Michigan. Lovely place. All right. Douglas, can you help me out with a donation today? I don't know how to donate to you. You can donate to me. I wouldn't know how to donate to you. I don't think you have a super chat. At any rate, remaking yourself after being bullied, good for you. Bullying is just man's inhumanity to man, right? PayPal is better. I couldn't sign into Google super chat thing tonight. Forgot my password. Therefore, PayPal would be a more direct way. Well, yes, where does that inspire? Anything you want to give by PayPal is fine. So I'm going to mention that next time. In the meantime, thank you for a very good week. It's sunny. I'm going to go take a walk with my wife, Joan. We're going to go to the Portland nursery and pick out some plants. I'm looking forward to the rest of the day, and you guys certainly help me get off to a good start. I guess asking you shall receive, right? But I really appreciate it. I'm going to put up a video tomorrow, which is the same video I did yesterday, but with a different title. It's called When Changing Your Mind Doesn't Bring Relief. I didn't like the triendorphins thing. It wasn't exactly correct. So look for a new video tomorrow, those of you who didn't see the one on Saturday. And look for a video coming up on complex PTSD. In the meantime, until we meet again next Sunday, which will be in May, right? What is today? 23rd? No, it'll be May 1st. Yes, it'll be May 1st. Until we meet again on May 1st, I wish you all the best in your mental health recovery. It didn't shake your belief system. You're another depression survivor after a super suicidal clinical depression for 7 consecutive years. I'm Al Khan. You are a survivor to the nth degree. Good for you. Congratulations. If you can survive, anybody can. And Mike, thank you for your $5 contribution. And say hello to Michigan for me. Hope it's getting warmer there. Yes, Mike, I got that donation. Thank you very, very much. Need to be grateful for your health in general. The COVID has made mental health worse, in my opinion. But guess what, 700 DMC? The brain is neoplastic. It can heal itself. Even with the damage that happened to you in childhood, you can get over it. It's going to take work. It's going to take time. But you can recover. Recovery is always here. People can resurrect. And I leave you with this image from Julie Hayes, one of our great previous live chatters. And here it is. I sign off with this. From the ashes I rise, All of you who have been super depressed, all of you who have been down in the dumps, all of you who have been suicidal, all of you who have given up, you're still here. You rose like the phoenix, so did I, and every time you're down in the future, you will rise again. And on that night, I will see you guys next week, May 1st.